let's go ahead and hop in. Let's go ahead and hop in because we're ready to go. We're ready to go. Spawning in the lower left-hand corner of 2,000 atmospheres. It is our red Terran player, Keen, who's on the Dopin clan, and I want to see if that's a team. I'm not too familiar, so let's check it out real quick. Oh no, it says he's currently playing for the Afrika Freaks, so not sure what the clan is, but Keen is on the Afrika Freaks. His opponent, I know what team he's on. He's been on the team for actually a long time at this point. One of the oldest members of Storm Gaming is our blue Terran, Gumiho. And you know what? I honestly, this wasn't even the first one I saw that I thought I wanted to get into. So of course, Cure Classic, right? And everybody wants to get into Cure Classic. Again, Pig is casting that. If you want to go watch that, Renegade might be casting that. I'm not sure. And there's some non-English coverage of that as well. So everybody wanted to get into that. I was like, all right, let me find something else. Let's see what else we got. I was looking at Spear versus Hero. So Hero just came back as well. He's only been back like a few weeks at this point. And Spear is a very good Korean Terran. He's not like incredible. And I do think Hero's favored there, but that should be a good match because Hero's pretty freshly back and Spear is actually quite solid. Like he's like high GM. He's really good. We also have Cham in the bracket today, which is exciting, and Cham versus Beyond should happen. Well, I mean, it will happen. So Cham versus Beyond in the round of 16 is a banger. Parting's in the bracket, and actually, if you guys want to know something really, really fun, and part of the reason I was really excited to cast this one. So Spear Hero, winner of that, goes up against the winner of Cure Classic. So, you know, we're going to have a lot of people covering that area. However, the winner of this goes up against Zest. And then the winner of that will be up against Parting. Now, as much as I love both Gumiho and Keen, I imagine we're going to get some Zest Parting action in the quarterfinals, and I might just chill and wait for that, honestly. Unless some other banger match pops up. But, yeah, super sick. Anyways, hope you guys got your bets in. We got some killer Starcraft going on right now. And what's really exciting about this for me is that Keen is somebody who, I mean, both of these guys are players that I remember watching when I first started getting into Starcraft in 2011. I remember watching these guys in the GSL. Keen was the kind of player who, he was the protege of Nada, and Nada was my first favorite player. I didn't know much about StarCraft, so I got filled in on a lot of details of the history of StarCraft. I know Nada was one of the SC1 Bonjois, and he moved over to StarCraft 2, and I was just a big fan of him. I just really enjoyed watching his games. And, he kind of took Keen under his wing. And so I'd always root for Keen, even when Nada left and, pursued other ventures. I'd still always root for Keen, and he never really made it that far. I don't even know if he ever got out of the top 8 of GSL. He was in it a lot. I don't know if he ever broke through that. And, I'd always root for him. Keen is great. There's a classic gif of Keen clapping, and you just gotta love it. But then you all have Gumiho on the other side, the Towel Terran. You gotta remember when the ceiling of his booth fell on his head mid-match and he had to pause. A classic. This is a crazy opening. Keen has like 5 Reapers and 3 Hellions, but he's being attacked by Gumiho with 4 Marauders. Auto turret gets dropped down. Now that does a lot of damage. I don't care what kind of unit you are. The medevac goes down, which is really big. This Cyclone is very low. It's getting repaired by the SCVs, and Keen is going to hold on in pretty solid fashion. I mean, we see he trades really well here, and in fact, grabs the Viking as well. So Gumiho, that was a really cheeky move out, and I think that move out does really, really well against a more standard Terran opening. But Keen with the 5 Reapers, 3 Hellions, and then that Cyclone and Raven popping out, he just had enough to defend. You know, it was just enough. I think if that's more like 3 Reapers, 2 Hellions, things get a little bit dicier for him, but very nicely held and really strange from both players. And that's what I love about Gumiho. Gumiho doesn't play the style other people say he should. Gumiho doesn't do what you think he should do. Gumiho does what he wants to do. And, you know, he's a champion because of it. Gumiho's the man. Oh, okay. I thought he was just getting armor. I was really confused. Quick 1-1 for Gumiho. eBay's just now starting for Keen. Both players doing pretty similar builds, though. And we do have Gumiho going for Marine tank, so he's not feeling the mech TVT, which is kind of funny because I feel like I have seen some more mech TVT recently. Who was it that was just watching some mech TVT? Oh, it was Soul Marine Lord, and Marine Lord actually beat Soul with a mech game. I only saw part of it because it was a day I was casting, but I thought that was so interesting. It's cool to see some mech TVT. I think it's good to be able to have that every now and then. But yeah, this is an absolute banger of a game. And that early game, I'm glad it didn't get too much damage done, because now we're in a fairly even mid game. Gumiho is a little bit behind, and I think, you know, maybe 2 years ago, I would have said Gumiho is just going to crush Keen. But since he's come back, I gotta say, I haven't been in love with Gumiho's play. He hasn't looked nearly as strong as he did before. And I don't know if he just wasn't able to practice as much in the military as some players you see, like Byun comes back, and he was crushing it right away. And he's fallen down a little bit, but he's still a very, very strong player. Gumiho hasn't really had that, so it makes me wonder, yeah, if he has been able to play as much. Oh my god, there's like 3 units forcing Gumiho to lift and move his command center back. He scans up, realizes the army is here, and probably feels like that was a little bit of a mistake. Handful of units stimming down here will be able to deflect this. Oof. SCV's staying alive just barely. Yeah, nice catch there on the Cyclone as well, but Keen defending back at home and now up 9 workers after forcing that lift up, and a lot of SCVs not mining right now. A lot of them actually did go back to the natural. Gumiho needs to resaturate. Almost a very bad engagement for Gumiho. He does back up though. Keen realizing he's gonna be under assault. Trying to move around. Where are the tanks? Oh, the tanks are in the medevacs. I see. Keen just defending. I don't usually like when a player's on the defensive, and Gumiho's up quite a bit of army supply actually. It's a decent amount of army supply. He's been good on the upgrades as well. It's starting 2-2 up immediately. The armory just finished for Keen, so he is starting to really fall behind in those upgrades, but it doesn't matter if they fight with the same ones. It all depends on when you take the fight. Keen wants to go for a little bit of a drop here. He might want to chill on that for a minute. No, he says that's cool. I'll just fly by you. Don't worry about it. Gumiho, it looks like you might want to move out with 2 separate groups, which is, it can be very strong. It can also be very dangerous. I really like Gumiho's map presence though. He is really keeping an eye on things. You know what I mean? He's out here. He'd be out here looking at all sorts of stuff, and makes it hard for Keen to actually get anything done. As I say that though, this drop should be quite good. Gumiho does not realize it's here. He might just have to cancel this base. That's a lot of Marines. That's a lot of DPS. He's stimming over to try to take care of it, but that's a cancel for sure. And in the meantime, Keen's gonna move through the middle of the map while he distracts Gumiho. Gumi will spot this, and he's gonna go for a little move in. Oh man, but Keen is so ready for this. Oh man, double siege tank. Oh, drop those tanks. Oh, Gumiho gets all of the tanks out. He's gonna try to siege them up, and he will be able to get them sieged up. All those SCVs going down. Does Gumiho have enough on the defensive? Keen not watching. He drops a big anti-armor missile. But this is a lot of Marines at the top of the ramp. There are a couple of siege tanks here as well. And Gumiho seems to be holding back at home while dealing massive damage on the other side of the map. Wow, what beautiful tactical play from Gumiho. He was like, I'm gonna wait for you to move out, and I'm gonna make you regret that you ever did. It looks like the base will live, but Gumiho got plenty of damage done here. I love that he's targeting down the Vikings, gets most of them. And Gumiho gonna use that opportunity to lift up into those medevacs and fly on out here. He's got a handful of Marines down here at the 4th. Not sure what they're doing, but reminder that he did have his 4th base canceled, so it's not like he's hugely economically ahead, but he killed a lot of workers, and he is up 40 army supply. Oh, wow. So he took a great trade as well then. Yeah, look at that. Big trades for Gumiho. The Marines get spotted over here. Looks like they will get taken out, but it's all just a distraction so that this drop can get in. There's no turrets here. Oh, man. Gumiho really on it with the upgrades, too. 3-3 started up. Keen did start his 3-3 up fairly quickly as well. I'm really surprised these medevacs ran away. These medevacs had an opportunity to move out. Gumiho continuing to hold the watchtowers. Looks like Keen will find this just in time to spot that Gumiho's army is over here. Are the medevacs going to go back in, or are they waiting for a 4th base? I'm not really sure what those medevacs are doing. I feel like they did have an opportunity. Okay, they're gonna boost in now. Is this something where he could snipe 3-3? No, I don't think so. Yeah, Keen spots this and actually is starting to work on cleaning up. But in the meantime, there's a big push forward for Gumiho. Gumiho just gonna go for the stim and the split and try to kill these 3 siege tanks. He will be able to take them down. Keen's got a lot more army right behind this though. Gumiho just gonna back out of range of those siege tanks, and he can take down this command center. Down it goes. We've got a lot of SCVs dying. Looks like the drops were finally cleaned up, but Keen loses a base and takes, again, what feels like, honestly, not that great of a trade. Gumiho leaves the Liberator siege up, and Gumiho's just already out of there. He's already unsieged. He's already gone. He's got a huge Marine tank army back at home. He is now up 50 supply. Oh my god, where the hell did this base come from? Gumiho has double expanded now. He's turning both of them into planetaries, and he is in a fantastic position. Wow. Keen trying to float his main over to that 3rd base. He does have a 4th, but it's feeling a little bit dicey for Keen. And by a little bit dicey, I mean economically it's feeling a little dicey. And in terms of army, it's feeling absolutely abysmal. Gumiho's just been ahead like this whole game. This is a really impressive play from Gumiho. I gotta say, I haven't really been super impressed by him. You know, that's what I mentioned at the start, and I thought Keen might actually just be able to take him out here. He's been playing a little bit more recently. Last 6 months or so, I feel like I've seen Keen, not 6 months, maybe 3 months. I've seen Keen coming back into it, and I was like, oh, maybe Keen's got the edge here, but Gumiho moving really well, keeping Keen back that whole time, punishing him for moving out, and from here it's just been pretty straightforward. Gumiho just has so much more. He has so much more. Oh my god. He's going to stim in. Keen's got tanks so far away. He just wasn't ready for this. SCV's pulled off the line, and the tanks are quite good here for Keen. They're getting really good value, but it's only a matter of time before Gumiho breaks through. Or is it? Did Gumiho just throw this game? All right. 19 more SCVs went down. Keen is on an abysmal economy. But that was an amazing trade. Oh my, do you remember how far, this was like 6K maybe apart earlier? That's more like 3K. That is a big trade. I wish I had a battle report to look at, because that was heavily in Keen's favor. I think Gumiho, he's in danger of throwing this game right now. He is going to take a 6th. The big thing for Gumiho is that Keen doesn't really have an ability to move across the map right now, right? They reset armies, and that is still good for Gumiho, but Gumiho reset a much larger army, so he put himself in a position he didn't need to be in. I actually think that fight could have just gone much, much better for him with a little bit of micro. I still think Gumiho's ahead, and I still think that ultimately he will be able to take this game. But he made life a lot harder for himself in that one. Can the Marines sneak around this planetary? Looks like the answer is kind of yeah. Yeah, they kind of can. Oh. 8 hit point Marine. I love that Gumiho is repairing this turret. He's like, no, I need that turret. In fact, I'm going to put down another one just in case you thought that turret died. Oh, man, and Gumiho's going late game. He's ready for the late game. Look at this. He's got Vikings coming out. Double reactor starport and double tech lab starport. He's got Corvid reactors being made so he can get into a heavy Raven Viking count. The only thing I'll say is that he doesn't have any air upgrades. I'd love to see him start +1 ship weapons. In fact, neither of them have air upgrades. I mean, it's okay, but I feel like if you're going to go for air, you got to start up +1 ship weapons. King just trying to keep Gumiho back so that he's not attacking him, but Gumiho's economy is just so strong. And the fact that Keen still doesn't have a 5th base while Gumiho's 6th turns into a planetary is a real problem. Keen gonna try to push through here. Now Gumiho knows about this because of his really, really excellently placed sensor towers that he's created. Oh, and there's a bit of a surround getting ready. Gumiho. Ooh, that was a little dicey. Keen finally sees this Air Force, and what's the Viking count? 11 to 10, it's very close, and oh, that anti-armor missile gonna make a huge difference. Keen is now the one going for a surround, though. We're gonna need to zoom out extra far for this one. That is a lot of Marines on the left-hand side. But it looks like Gumiho's tank should be able to take care of that. Where's Gumiho's Marines going? I don't know where they is going. I'm really not sure. We're gonna go support this planetary. Keen walking in, but you know what? He wasn't in a good spot to take that engagement. He decides to back off a little bit. He's got 2 tanks here, but Keen's just gonna pull back. I'm a little surprised by that, honestly. I do think it is the right call, but it felt like a weird call to make. Now he's the one with 2 armies on the map trying to pull Gumiho out of position. But I feel like I wish Keen had sent a small group of Marines to try to stim and kill these sensor towers, because right now, Gumiho knows exactly where he is, and he's on his way over to defend this. He is going to be very late to that party, though, and this planetary might just die. Keen going to move to the left side at the same time, and where does Gumiho go? Looks like he might leave a few units down here at the 4th base while he loses this 5th, and send the majority of his army over to try to kill this army. No, he's catching reinforcements. He's going for a counterattack. Oh, Gumiho, don't take a really bad engagement again. This is one way Keen can absolutely come back into this. He's killed 1 base. He's going to start working towards another, and he's stimming into the natural at the same time. Keen in a much better position now with this base trade already on top of production. Gumiho had no tanks on the high ground or anything to stop those units from walking forward. And Gumiho's got, oh, this army is so small over here. This doesn't feel like enough. Keen trying to push through. It looks like he's taking out the tanks on the low ground. The SCV's being pulled to just hold on against these tanks. And Keen does have a tank on the high ground. There should be at least 1 more interference matrix available, though. And down it's going to go. And that's going to allow Gumiho to push forward here. Except he's blocked himself on the ramp. Oh, but he can kill that tank. He can kill that tank. Oh, he needs to kill that tank. Okay, finally goes down. Meanwhile, Keen has cleaned up Gumiho's entire production. I think that's the last barracks going down. Gumiho trying to replenish with just 4 starports. That is all of his production right now, as everything in the main base dies in this huge base trade. Keen is able to float his buildings. The real problem for Keen is that he does not have planetaries. He has a few tanks at this base, but no planetaries. Gumiho's got another CC, so he can turn this into a planetary. Well, a Okay, he still has one NG base, so he can turn that into a planetary. The turrets are going to make it really tough for these Ravens to get any lockdowns on. But theoretically, Gumiho can slow push this a little bit. I mean, Keen has nothing else. The thing is, Gumiho is mining. Oh my god. Cloak and Hyperflight Rotor starting at the same time. And a Fusion Core going down. Gumiho's bank is still quite large. And again, he is still mining. He's got 2 fully saturated bases. Make that 3 nicely saturated bases. I guess I won't say fully, but 43 SCVs. He's got 3 planetaries. Keen does not have the tools to kill those. 3-3 Marines are okay against this, but I don't know if it's going to quite be enough. That being said, these starports are really, really vulnerable right now. Hyperflight Rotors is canceled, Cloak is canceled, and the tanks are just going to shell away at this planetary. All those starports die, but Gumiho is crushing in on the last mining base of Keen. Most of the SCVs going down. That's 9 workers left. It's just these 9 and 1 more somewhere else. Probably hiding and very sad. There it is. Here's the 1 more worker. Trying to get something done with these mules. But that's the last of the production for Keen as well. And while he kills a planetary, it's not the last planetary. He knows about this base. He knows about this base, so he's going to go down here after. Yamato's going to be canceled. In fact, there's no way this battlecruiser gets out. And that makes me very sad. I'm really sad, actually, that we're not going to see any of those Banshees or this battlecruiser make an impact in this game. But of course, Gumiho still has this base over to the right-hand side. He's down to 19 workers, which is a little dicey, and this Banshee does not have Cloak. Ooh, Gumiho, what are the medevac counts? 2 medevacs here. They are very low on energy. They're out of energy. SCV is repairing. This is honestly more to buy time than anything. Oh, Gumiho moving out with his Marines. He just doesn't have much. He's got so much money, but he needs to build barracks before he can build a factory, before he can build a starport. Remember, his last barracks died up here. The starports were built before the barracks and factory died. So, like, this is getting really crazy. Gumiho has not realized that this base has just been retaken. This is all that Keen has. Gumiho is trying to work on some buildings here. He's got to be careful not to run into these turrets. And Banshee goes down. This is actually way closer than I thought. I think Keen initially had a good position, but the problem was he didn't have enough bases. So Gumiho ended up taking a great spot because he had 3 fringe bases, all planetaries. But I think he might have wanted to just go back and defend these 2 bases, because now it's 1 base to 1 base. Okay, Keen, don't do this. No, not like this. Not like this. No, dude, that's not the way. No, Keen. Oh my God. Well, I guess if Keen throws the game away, then it can just end like that. Yeah, all right. So that's how that goes sometimes. That game should have gone on a lot longer. If Keen had just backed up as soon as he took tank fire, that game goes on a long time. Keen had better production. Gumiho's mining was better, and he had a huge bank. And his army was better. So I guess I understand that Keen wanted to try to do something while he had the chance, but I think he needed to let Gumiho be a little scared of that army. Be a little scared of moving out and losing his last base. I don't know. It got a lot closer there than it should have. Hope you guys are doing well out there in Twitch chat land. Trap is playing in this ESL Open Cup. No, he doesn't play in them very often, so must just be feeling it today. Maybe Gemini convinced him. Hey, a little bit dicey. How's it going? I don't know why the DreamHack VODs have not been uploaded, or why they aren't there. I'm not sure. I wish I could tell you, but I just don't know. What I do know is that we're going to hop into game number 2 here, spawning in the lower right-hand corner of Romanticide. For the Afrika Freaks, it is Keen. His opponent in the upper left-hand corner, representing Storm Gaming and sending an SCV out very early, it is Gumiho. Oh, there you go. We got the second-hand Fear Dragon information from Poisty. VODs are saved locally, and will probably get put up on YouTube. Makes sense. Makes sense. Keen is going double racks in base, which is the best defense against a proxy Rax. In fact, I think Keen just wins the game. Maybe not. Maybe Gumiho can get like a Cyclone up back at home in time. The thing is like, Hellions are not the hard counter to Reapers that you want to think they are. Oh no. Is Keen just gonna scout this? No, he's gonna miss it. Okay, all right. At least it won't just end like that. That would be the saddest. Oh no, oh my God, I can't believe. Maybe if the SCV goes here, actually. Oh no, dude. Oh no, dude, look, he's gonna put down a bunker. Keen says, get out. Oh my God. Oh no, this is the screenshot I'm gonna use for this YouTube video right here. It's just gonna be this. 100%. Oh my God. Well, Gumiho's gonna try to make it happen anyways, but I just don't think there's too much of a chance of these Marauders really doing anything. Oh, the Reaper goes to the other side of the map. Oh no. Oh no, dude. Well, at least we got a game 3. It's just how it is sometimes. It's just how it be sometimes. Let's go to game number 3. All right, Lightshade's going to be our map. Speaking of Terran players possibly coming back from the military, any word on Alive? Not from my neck of the woods. I have not heard anything about Alive. Hopefully he's doing well. It's been a while since I've seen anything about him, so you know, I don't know if he's planning on coming back. But I do know that we're popping in to game number 3, and spawning in the upper left-hand corner, representing the Afrika Freaks, it is Keen. Can't respond to him. His opponent in the lower right-hand corner for Storm Gaming, it is Gumiho. Yeah, both these players, I'm pretty confident Keen went to the military. I could be wrong. Let's take a look. I think he went to the military. Maybe not, actually. I'm looking at his Wikipedia right now, and I don't see anything about him going to the military, so I guess he's just not been around as much, but I'm happy to see him coming back. I hope this game's a little bit better than the last one. Keen going for the the in-base 2 racks, which it's funny. So this is really great defensive against Proxy 2 racks Reaper, and Proxy 2 racks Reaper like used to be a thing, but I honestly haven't seen it, especially in TBT, in like years. So I don't know how I feel about it. It can still be kind of annoying and put some pressure on. Like, you get a good amount of Reapers and you get them across the map, you can do some cheeky damage maybe, but I feel like Gumiho's doing factory before command center, so it's not like if he was Reaper expanding, I'd be a little worried, but he's not, so I don't think it's going to make too much of a difference. But we'll see. We'll see. After that first game, I do favor Gumiho in this matchup. Obviously, game 2 got a little wild. Got a little wild. Now we're on to game 3, but I feel like Keen needs to do something early. I feel like as the game got later, Gumiho had better game sense in that mid game. The base trade, I think, you know, it's hard to analyze base trades, right? Sometimes they're a good decision, sometimes they're a bad decision, and a lot of it just comes down to how you and your opponent handle things. So there's no guarantees. Keen's going to try to hop in here with 3 Reapers. Oh, SCV's being pulled. I don't know if I'm a big fan of that. 3 SCVs already going down. Reaper's doing a great job here. They will fall, but only after getting 5 worker kills, actually. And that makes it worth it for Keen. He goes up 4 workers, and despite the fact that he's delayed his tech a little bit, he's got 2 racks, which he doesn't necessarily want. I think he's in a good spot, but this counter from Gumiho might be able to kill him. I'm a little bit concerned for this for Keen on this counterattack. I mean, not this one. This one's not going to do anything. This one's going to be mildly annoying. The real counterattack is going to be the medevac and the tank, because there's a Cyclone coming out, and the Cyclone can be pretty good against a tank. It depends, though. It depends. We'll have to see if Gumiho can find himself a good position. I don't think it'll end the game, but it's certainly going to be difficult for Keen to do anything about this little push here. Keen did go to the military. Oh, okay. Yeah, so Gumiho just got back from the military. Keen probably wasn't that far behind him then. And yeah, look at that. Now he's not able to mine from his natural base. He's going to try to come over here and push this away with the Cyclone a little bit, but this tank has pretty decent radius. Keen needs to be careful not to dive into that radius, and we might even have another tank moving across the map. Ooh, a Liberator. I feel like that's kind of cheeky. There is a Viking here, but still can be very, very nice for Gumiho. Ooh, Keen gonna really try to push this away. Gumiho decides to re-siege. But the lock-on with the Cyclone is really good. The tank gonna get a couple of shots off, but actually doesn't kill like any of those Marines. I don't think he killed a single Marine. It fired on 2 different groups, and it died with 1 kill. Liberator might try to head towards the main base, but decides against it. And you know what? I thought that push was going to be really bad for Keen, but it turned out to be pretty bad for Gumiho. The trades are not good. These are not good trades. It's not what you're looking for as Gumiho right now. I think unsieging that tank and not just immediately scooping it up with the medevac and trying to boost away, I think that would have been the play, or just leave it sieged up, and at least if it dies, it should be able to get some decent kills. Now Keen has a chance to do some counter damage, or at the very least just macro and be ahead that way. He's up a few workers and he's up a lot of army supply. Medevac's out now too to heal up those damaged Marines from the tank. I love the Cyclones locking onto the building supply depot and then just sitting right outside of tank range. Cheeky plays. Liberator gonna go toward the towards the natural here on the south side, while there's a double drop from Keen heading straight to the main. I knew it wasn't, but I definitely thought this was a planetary morphing. And I was about to be like, no, Gumiho, don't be that kind of Terran, dude. Don't be putting planetaries in your main base, please, Gumiho, no. I know you play mech, but don't do it, dude. Well, Liberator gonna get a handful of kills. Forces some lost mining time. Gets some of the Marines as well. Well, let's see if this double drop can get comparable damage. I have a feeling it might be getting a lot more damage. Siege tank sieges up. There's just not a lot here. I love that the medevac gets shut down, but I think Keen's fine just trading out. I don't even think he needs to leave. Taking a great trade here. 12 SCV kills. He killed the tank, and then probably trading with a few units here and there. As I say that, though, this evens up that resources lost. That was hugely in favor of Keen earlier, and now it's slightly in favor of Keen. So perhaps losing the double medevac drop for some of those SCVs wasn't worth it. Gumiho is down quite a few workers now. Oh, down goes that Cyclone. So that is a problem for Gumiho. Oh my god, Keen. Keen, you madman. Where is he going? He's going up to the north. Is he going to try to drop in the natural? What is this? That's a turret. Gumiho last game, or game one rather, had a ton of map vision, and it's a little bit lacking this game. I think he is going to send some Marines out, but Gumiho also has skipped. Oh, never mind. I was gonna say he skipped any bio upgrades, and then I realized partway through that sentence it was probably because he's going mech, and then I saw the factories. That's a real problem though. These drops can be very good against mech. Gumiho trying to get into position. There's a lot of Vikings here, but Vikings unfortunately not going to be all that great against the dropping out Marines and tanks. Now they can land and try to fight this. Oh, that's a lot of damage. Oh my god. The Vikings land with the auto turrets. It looks like he'll be able to get the kills. Actually, the Widowmine. That's a 2-kill Widowmine. I think that's 2 tanks. But that was not worth it. These trades are much closer than I expect. But the real problem is Gumiho is down at 39 workers. And Keen now knows he's up against mech. He's spotted the factories. He knows for sure. He probably knew before. It was probably just me that missed it. And he's just going to keep dropping. He's just going to keep going for the drops, especially now that that Viking count is down to just 3. And now we can get to see what Keen wants to do against this style. So far, it's been drop. And it's worked out pretty well for him. He doesn't really have an army supply lead, but he is certainly very far ahead in terms of workers. Gumiho's really struggling to defend these drops. See, this is why you put a planetary in your main. He should have done that. He should have put the planetary in his main. Come on, dude. And I'm really surprised we haven't seen any missile turrets here. While Gumiho's distracted, Keen's going to dive into the natural. He's really taking advantage of the fact that mech just can't move around that quickly. Gumiho going to try to come put a stop to this drop, but 8 more SCVs going down. Gumi he just cannot afford to have that keep happening. Tank gets taken out. Base will be re-landed, but in the meantime, Keen is taking a 4th base. He's still up 22 workers. And some of these units are still alive. Like, he kept some of this bio alive. He can definitely stim back in and try to take out a tank or something. It's looking a little bit not good for Gumi. Oh, speaking of which, there's that drop once again. There's a tank back here, but I love the splits from Keen. He's getting as much damage with these units as possible, and he's out of tank range now. At the same time, he's getting ready to go for a big drop over here. Uh-oh, though. Uh-oh, though. Oh, no. Oh, no. Gumiho. Oh. Okay. All right. Looks like he's not going to drop in the main anyways. Oh, the Vikings just late to the party. He's going to pepper them down on top of these tanks. Those Marines doing a great job. Vikings trying to land, but that's not going to be enough. And despite a game one that really looked like Gumiho was going to be doing fantastically this series, it was a really good game for Gumiho. A very quick game two, just a straight up build order loss. And game 3, Keen takes down Gumiho.